Hello! Nandito na kami! Okay, dito na sila. Game na! So, rehearse muna tayo mga groupmates ha. Pwede ba share screen? Here are the steps on how to register to vote.
Una, puntahan ang site ng comelec.gov.ph.
Siguraduhin printed at fully accomplished ang mga sumusunod na forms.
Dapat mayroon kang 3 copies ng revised CEF1, supplementary data, and health declaration form.
At syempre, valid ID.
Para less hassle, alamin yung pinakamalapit na Comelec office sa'yo.
Don't forget to wear your face mask and face shield.
And practice social distancing.
Uy, guys, nandyan na ata si Sir.
Hello class! Good to see you all. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir! We are ready to vote.
Last 2019 election, marami sa mga kababayan natin ang hindi nakaboto for different reasons. For 2022 election, we are targeting 7 million new registrants. Kasama na rito ang mga Gen Zs, first-time voters, at voters na kailangan mag-apply ng reactivation. Yup, kung hindi nakaboto ng 2 consecutive elections, deactivated na ang rehistro. Di na makakaboto next year. At ngayong nasa gitna tayo ng pandemya, mas malaki ang tsansa na bumaba ang bilang ng botante next year. Pero di ba kapag mahal mo, mahalaga sa'yo? Kung love mo ang Pinas, pahahalagahan mo ang boto mo. Magrehistro para di ka FOMO. Head on to irehistro.comelec.gov.ph and start your ready to vote journey. Encourage din natin ang iba na mag-ready to vote para sa bayan, para sa kinabukasan. For more information, visit coalition.ph.
Kahabit Father Toots, agree ka ba na napakalaki ng mga ambag ng mga consecrated missionaries sa Kristyanismo sa bansa natin?
Ay, oo naman, sister. Kasi nung dumating yung mga Kastila, ay dumating ang mga missionaries natin at sila din ay nagseryoso talaga din sa evangelization. Kaya malaki ang kanilang contribution sa ating kung ano tayo at sino tayo ngayon bilang mga Kristiyano.
Di ba, yun din yung naintindihan natin, or that's what we also discovered and understood last week dun sa San Agustin Church when we had our pilgrimage. Really, I agree with you, Father Toots, kahabit, Father Toots. Kaya naman, naipanganak itong bago nating proyekto upang bigyang focus ang mga idolo nating misyonero at misyonera ng pananampalataya here in the Philippines and abroad. Mabuhay Pilipinas and hello to the rest of the world!
Welcome to your companion in looking at the church, the world, and the society from the religious point of view. This is your kahabits, Sister Maria Cleofetrance, from the Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary of the Philippines.
Join us for the weekly dose of inspiration and information straight from the consecrated men and women in the Philippines. I am your kahabit, Sister Happy Montecillo of the Daughters of St. Anne.
And we are
The Habits! Hello, kahabit, Sister Clofe.
Hello.
Na-miss kita last week.
Kaya nga, nandito na ako ngayon, kahabit Sister Happy.
Si Father Toots na naman ang wala.
Nawala. So, siya naman ang hinahanap natin ngayon kasi siya yung
Di ba,
nawala.
syempre, hinahanap naman talaga yung wala dito.
Totoo yan. Yung
Pero you know,
nawawala.
last week, for me, it was very inspiring. Although kasama din ako dun sa nagkwento. Pero as I said, I am also inspired by my own story. Of course, and also the other stories. Pero really, that telling story of our missionary experiences, parang napakasarap balik-balikan, napakasarap pakinggan, and really inspiring. And I also received many feedbacks about it.
Actually, merong nag-feedback sa akin na isang lay po siya, sabi niya to, Sister, ang ganda ng ano ninyo, ng con and com ninyo, nakaka-inspired yung mga experiences ng mga madre at mga pare.
Yes, kasi naalala
Which
ko
is very
kapatid,
true.
kahabit. Kasi nung college pa ako, yung mission magazine na yun, World Mission, yung palagi kong, yung parang una kong binasa noon ay talaga yung mga stories of mission. Kaya ngayon, when we are telling stories of our missionary experiences, different consecrated men and women, talagang napakasarap pakinggan.
Oo. Diba? Nakaka-inspired. Tapos binabalikan mo yung experience mo na bilang isang religious. Hindi ka lang na-inspired sa sarili mo, pati ng ibang nakikinig na
Yes,
inspired.
exactly.
At hopefully, and we are praying na sa may con and com na ito, marami mga kabataan natin, young men and women, na magde-decide din na magiging religious.
Wow,
Kasi ang
sana-
sarap palang buhay
sana
na
all.
magiging. Sana, oo.
Masarap pero maraming challenges.
Totoo,
of course.
yan.
But it's always
It
possible
was
with God.
your story, sister. I heard that. No?
Yes. Wow. Anyway, I'm humbled for that, kapatid. But really, also for today, we also listen. It's not really a missionary experience, pero it's also a mission. Of course, today we have the POV, the points, opinions, views, and we will be listening also to actually stories also of heroes, stories of challenges that we are now facing at this time. So, kaya nga, ano nga yung topic natin ngayon, kapatid? Kahabit?
Ay, ito yun. Very interesting tong ano natin. Kasi last week, pinag-usapan yung bukasyon ng mga madre.
Yes.
Ito naman, pangkalahatan na po ito, kapatid. So,
Yes.
hindi lang mga religious ang bayani. Tayo din. Sina-challenge at in-encourage din ang lahat ng magiging bayani sa ating episode po ngayon. Pero kahabit, Sister Happy, may itatanong lang ako sa iyo. Alam mo na ako nang itatanong ko. Okay. Oo, hindi lang ha ang sagot dito. Sige, tingnan natin. Una, rehistrado ka na ba sa eleksyon ng 2022?
Opo. Yes.
Sigurado ka ha?
Yes.
Sunod, tinuturing mo ba ang sarili mo bilang isang banal na Kristo?
Siyempre, oo.
O, hindi lang eh. O, sige, ayan! Kahabit, Sister Happy, isa kang tunay na BAnaYAni pala. Triple checks.
Talaga, oo.
Tatlong sagot sa tatlong tanong.
Salamat, kahabit, Sister Cleofe. So, kayo ba, mga kahabits? Rehistrado ka na ba? Handa ka na bang maging BAnaYAni? Banal at bayani ng bayan? Tara, pag-usapan natin yan sa ating mga social media accounts. We already have our Instagram account. Follow us at amrsp.media and sa facebook.com/amrsp.org. Like and follow na para updated ka. Gusto po naming magpasalamat sa ating mga pinakamamahal na star senders. Special shout out to Del Villarreal Quintos. Thank you for supporting us.
Okay? Mga kahabits, support our different advocacies in AMRSP virtually by sending us Facebook stars. All you need to do is click the star coin icon next to the comment section. Then, you can now buy stars and send them to us.
And for every star we receive, we earn $0.01 and it's only available to the AMRSP Facebook page. So please send more love. Please send more stars now.
At mga kahabits, happy 1,200 plus subscribers on YouTube na! Continue to watch, share, leave a like and comment sa ating video from YouTube channel, AMRSP Media, and join our growing family of subscribers para notified ka sa ating contents from the men and women religious in the Philippines.
At huwag kalimutang panoorin ang The Habit sa TV Maria Free Channels every Sundays night at 8:30 p.m. with replays every Thursdays at 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Kaya naman, let's start with our information routine. Here is the religious reports. Leading our stories today on the religious reports. Another AMRSP board member passed away. The AMRSP condoles with the Redemptorist province of Cebu and the Perez family on the passing of our dear father, Copernicus or Nico V. Perez, CSSR. Father Nico, as he is fondly called, was the provincial superior of the Redemptorist province of Cebu. He was first elected as AMRSP's board member last 2016, then re-elected for another term last 2019, a term that was supposed to end in 2022. The official announcement from their congregation states that Father Nico passed away at 6:48 p.m. on Monday, August 16, after a series of medical interventions. The provincial vicar, Reverend Father Edelberto Cepe, CSSR, assumes into the office of the Provincial Superior for the province of Cebu until the end of the present quadrennium.
More reports from the consecrated in the Philippines. New superiors. The AMRSP welcomes two new superiors of the Scalabrinian and the MCST sisters. Cesaresti Ucab CB is now the regional superior of the Sisters of Charity of St. Charles Borromeo, succeeding Sister Rosalie Maliga CB. On the other hand, the missionary catechists of St. Therese of the Infant Jesus, MCST, as the new superior general in the person of Mother Chodora G. Juan, MCST, replacing Mother Adelwisa Egia, MCST. Welcome to the AMRSP family, dear superiors. AMRSP launches Come and Come. The AMRSP has launched its new program titled Come and Come, Consecrated Missionaries on Camera, Friday, August 13, via our show, The Habits in the celebration of the 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines, and of the Golden Jubilee anniversary of AMRSP as a joint association. This remarkable and inspiring video series is giving a focus to our heroes of faith here in the Philippines and abroad. The series started with the stories of Sister Happy Montesilio, DSA, a missionary to Indonesia, Father Toots Buenafe, OCARM, an AMRSP GPICC missionary, Sister Helen Graham, MM, a veteran educator for the religious, Father Michael Angelo Dacalos, MSc, a young missionary in Agusan del Sur, and Sister Michelle Christy Fernandez, SPC, and missionary to medical health care in Tugigaraw, Cagayan Valley. Catch more consecrated missionaries witness and show us the life of faith on camera via our Facebook and YouTube channels every Monday to Thursday at 5 p.m.
And now here's our reports from the Holy See and the Universal Church. Ewtn's first Mother Angelica Awardee. Archbishop Charles J. Chaput, OFM Capuchin, was honored as the first recipient of the annual Mother Angelica Award by the Ewtn Global Catholic Network through its chairman and chief executive officer, Michael P. Warso, during an August 15 ceremony that was broadcast around the world by the network. The date also marks the 40th anniversary of the network's launch and the solemnity of the Assumption in 1981. During the televised event, Warsaw interviewed the Archbishop about his service to the Church and his many years in support of Ewtn and its mission. Archbishop Chaput and Mother Angelica both were always very proud to be Franciscans, creating a bond between the two. Archbishop Chaput encouraged the people to be enthusiastic, to be zealous, and to find friends who are the same so they don't give in to discouragement and they make the world that God is giving us a place where His Word can be proclaimed with joy and confidence. From the Universal Church, we move to the reports from the local church. Zamboanga Archdiocese new Apostolic Administrator. Pope Francis has appointed Auxiliary Bishop Moises Cuevas of Zamboanga as the Apostolic Administrator, sede plena of the same Archdiocese, Wednesday, August 11, but was only made public by the Archdiocese the following day. The Administrator, the Archdiocese, said that Cuevas will have all the powers and duties of a diocesan bishop. Normally, the Pope appoints an Apostolic Administrator when a see is vacant or sede vacante, but sede plena is a term used to signify that a see is still occupied by a bishop. Hence, Archbishop Romulo de la Cruz, who just turned 74 last June, continues to be the head of the Southern Philippine Archdiocese while he is recovering from a stroke.
More reports from the local church. Dumaguete Bishop denounces reclamation project. Bishop Julito Cortez of Dumaguete reiterated his opposition to the controversial 23 billion pesos project, Dumped Smart City, a 174 acres reclamation project, calling it morally wrong. Because of the irreversible damage the project could have on marine life, and asked the people of goodwill not to support such projects, structures, or systems. Speaking before the city legislators, the bishop anchored his presentation on Pope Francis' encyclical Laudato Si and raised a grave concerns about the legality and the alleged corruption in the approval of the contract. The bishop asked officials to stop enticing the poor, the more promises to advance the reclamation project. It is a sin to abuse the poor to satisfy one's greed. I appeal to you, Honorable Mayor and our city councilors, stop this, please, as the Italians say. Basta, enough, enough, Bishop Cortez said. That's it for our dose of stories from the consecrated life, the church, and the world.
Catch our next episode for more of
The Religious Reports.
According to the National Heroes Technical Committee, heroes are those who have a concept of nation and thereafter aspire, struggle for the nation's freedom, and those who contribute to its peace, order, and quality of life. A hero does not only leave a history and legacy for the past, but also thinks of the future, especially the future generation.
And with that, the AMRSP is calling everyone to become saints and heroes of our motherland. Isang magiting na BAnaYANi. Only thinking of what's best for our countrymen, deserve natin ang pinaka-da-best. Kaya sa darating na eleksyon, let us become heroes and choose the best for the future of our nation.
Tama ka, kahabit, Sister Cleofe. Kaya naman ngayong araw, ating alamin kung papaano maging tunay na BAnaYANi sa nalalapit na eleksyon. Joining us is the Advocacy and Information Management Officer of the Catholic Education Association of the Philippines, or CEAP, where he continues to work for the transformative education within the school systems. In the CEAP, he handles the advocacy campaigns for support for Catholic schools, as well as responding to contemporary social issues. He is presently handling the #VoteLove election campaign for the CEAP.
Let us welcome here in the habits Mr. Miguel KARLO Abadines as he shares his points, opinions, and views in our episode titled Magparehistro, Maging BAnaYANi.
Wow, welcome po, Sir KARLO.
Good afternoon po, Sir KARLO.
Good day po. Good day to everyone. And thank you once again for inviting me to join the conversation today, especially on a very important topic, which is the elections.
Yes, actually excited din po ako makinig sa points, opinions, views niya po, Sir KARLO.
Ito yung gusto namin talagang malaman, lalo na sa mga hindi pa po nakaparehistro.
So buti na lang nakaparehistro na po ako, kaya I can shout out loudly.
Oh,
yes, I'm a qualified voter.
Oh, ayan na. So, sagradong-sagrado yung boto mo, kapatid.
Yes.
Okay, so now, Sir KARLO, first of all, paano po tinitiyak ng CEAP na makapagluwal ang ating mga Kristiyanong paaralan na mga banal at bayani ng bayan who have a concept of nation, who aspires for the nation's freedom and contributes to the nation's freedom and order?
Thank you, sister. No, I think just to begin, I think what differentiates Catholic education from other private education, that it's clear naman po talaga, no, na may commitment yung mga Catholic schools natin, no, to holistic development, no. In a sense, part of the DNA, the mission, the vocation of Catholic schools is to form students, no, not just to become workers, no, in a sense to be part of the economy, but also to become citizens, no, na maging maayos na citizen, no, kung saan pinapaglaban yung katotohanan, pinapaglaban yung sinatawag nating common good, pinapaglaban yung justisya, no. I think and in the CEAP we continuously talk about this under the banner of transformative education, no. We believe that the kind of education, no, that we give, no, the formation that we give our students, no, who go through our Catholic schools, it's really so that they will be formed into members of society who are committed, no, to making sure that society will become a better place, no, to care for their neighbors, to care for the poor, the ones who have been disenfranchised, no. So it's very strong. It's very much integral to the identity of the CEAP, and of course all our Catholic schools, no, as part of CEAP, to actually fight for this, no. And so in that sense, part po talaga siya ng DNA, no, to form heroes, no, everyday heroes, no, who will commit themselves to the service, no, of making sure our country will be a better place, no. So in that sense, that's really part of Catholic education, no, and what we push for in the CEAP.
Wow, thank you for that, Sir KARLO. Kaya nga, really many parents, they really want to send their children to Catholic schools because also of this integral formation. And Sir KARLO, does CEAP have concrete indicators to guide the voting youth in assessing candidates running for national elections? We will hear your answer after a short break po.
First, don't forget to follow instagram.com/amrsp.media and our facebook.com/amrsp.org. Also send more Facebook stars.
At kahabits, also visit our YouTube channel, AMRSP Media, and subscribe na para maabot na natin ang 10,000 subscribers at makamit ang ating bronze YouTube play button.
Mga kahabits, don't go away. Stay tuned. Magbabalik po kami. Only here with your information and information companion. This is The Habits. Ayan po. Sana naipaintindi namin sa inyo ang pagboto sa darating na halalan. Ay isang paraan at panawagan para sa ating lahat upang maging banal at bayani ang ating inang bayan. Inang bayang Pilipinas. Kaya naman, ano pang hinihintay ninyo mga kahabits? Magparehistro na! I'm Sister Maria Cleofe Transe OP of the Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary of the Philippines. 17 years being a professed sister. As to the memorable or significant experience being a sister or a religious po. Sa recent assignment sa Bicol po, I have these two major assignments to educate the youth at the same time magbibigay po ng formation sa mga Dominican laity. Ang most challenging po sa dalawang ito is sa mga kabataan. As a experience, ang pinakano doon is, ang experience ko sa kanila is paano mag-deal sa mga bata ng mga atheist. There's one of my student, this young man happened to be a acolyte before. Then, hindi siya masyadong ano po doon sa family niya. Sabihin natin na parang hindi siya pinapansin, parang may problema talaga sa family. And he opted po na sumama po sa ibang mga kaberks po niya, barkada po niya kung saan doon niya nararamdaman, na accepted siya, brothers ang turing sa kanya, parang ganon. And the young people he is joining with are atheists. Sabi ko sa kanya, kaya mo bang patawarin ang parents mo? Sister, sa ngayon, medyo mahirap po talaga sa akin na magpatawad. So, ilang session po yun. Minsan, gabi, nagte-text. Even pagod ka na kasi kailangan mo siyang i-manage process. You know what, as religious, hindi sabihin na, ito lang, hanggang dito lang ako, hanggang ganitong oras lang ako magano sa mga estudyante ko. No, it's not. Because I think that I am dealing with soul. I am dealing with life, the future of this child. So, kailangan ko siyang bigyan ng panahon. After ng klase, minsan kinukumusta ko siya just to say, hi, hello, kumusta ka na anak, mo. Parang ganun lang, very simple gestures. Para mararamdaman niya na bilang isang religious, I'm still bringing to him the image of Christ. Bringing to him the love of Christ na hindi po niya nakikita doon sa figure ng parents po niya. Na meron kaming activity na nangyari. Ang closing po yun ng isang ng isang lesson po namin. So, nabunot ko yung pangalan niya, nagsalita siya sa harap. Sa may point na, nang i-give up mo ngayon? At sabi ko sa kanya, ano po to? Sabi, sister, that's my identification po, being a member of the group na ganito. Okay, so willing ka na i-give up po to? And for what reason? Sabi niya, sister, opo. Because I wanted to go back na po sa may pananampalataya po natin. I wanted po to renew my faith in God. Because most of the time, bumabalik po sa akin yung experience ko being an acolyte. Month after, I was surprised. I'm so happy when he said, sister, magko-confess na po ako. Kaya mo na bang patawarin ang mga taong kailangan ng pagpatawad mo? Sabi ko sa kanya. Sisikapin ko po, sister, kaya gusto ko pong mag-confess. And then, the following nag-receive po siya ng communion. Nung mag-receive po siya ng communion, sabi niya po una, sister, magko-communion na po ako. Sabi ko sa kanya, body of Christ. Amen. This is the miracle God has given to His child, no? Conversion, a miracle po ng conversion of the heart of the child. Sabi ko sa Panginoon, Lord, you are working with him. I am just a mere instrument para mabalik ulit ang anak mo. So, as a religious, sabi ko, I was very grateful to God. I only got 1 from 1,000 po. But here comes a one soul, isang kaluluwa na bumalik sa Panginoon. It's very fulfilling po on my part. So since we are now dealing with the 500 years, being a Christian sa nation po, ako, I really own that. My first gift is being a religious. That's the first and the most significant gift God has given to me. Since I am a religious, ito po yung gift ko po, ang vocation ko, I'm still the image, still trying, no, to be a witness of being Christ to them, na kung saan is to strengthen the faith of my brothers and sisters, both po as educators, sa mga estudyante, sa mga youngs, and even to the old. Yan lang po. Maraming salamat po.
And we're still watching The Habits. Kasama pa rin natin here in POV, Points, Opinions, Views, si Sir KARLO ABADINES of the Catholic Education Association of the Philippines. So Sir KARLO, before we get to hear your answer to my question a while ago, let me ask first, how are living heroism and sainthood as contrasted to the theoretical integrated in CEAP's transformational learning modules?
Thank you, sister, for that question. When we talk about how do we live it out, no, I think it's very much, as I was mentioning, no, it's very much part of the DNA of our schools, no. So when we talk about how we translate this in Christian living education, for example, but even beyond that, when we talk about subjects like history, when we talk about subjects like Araling Panlipunan, no, I think all these aspects, no, become integrated into having a very holistic, no, understanding of what it means to form a citizen, no. Of course, in the classroom, we get to learn about all of these things. We read about it. The teacher teaches about heroes, examples of people, and saints, no, from whom we can follow. But I think what's beautiful also that's found in Catholic schools is that there are opportunities for people to actually live it out, no. Even before they graduate, no, they will be exposed to outreach activities. They will go into immersion activities. Maybe some of them are allowed to go through organization activities that expose them to the realities of the poor, the realities of the marginalized, no. I think these are all very important in terms of forming the student, no, to become that better person, to become that person, that everyday hero po, no, na hinahanap talaga natin. So in that sense, hindi lang po siya teorya, no? Tinuturo ang teorya, tama po. Pero pinoproseso din siya sa karanasan, no, na pinapapunta sila sa sitwasyon talaga ng ating lipunan, nakakaintindi sila doon, at doon nagkakaroon ng reflection, no. And again, I think that's what's beautiful, no, na binibigyan tayo ng opportunity, no, sa Catholic schools where students can really reflect on the realities of the Philippines, the ugly realities of the Philippines, and ano yung invitation for them to make that situation better. And of course, the CEAP as an association, we have the Gpg Pillars, justice and peace, ecological integrity, engaged citizenship, poverty alleviation, gender equality, and youth empowerment. These 6 pillars, we believe, no, are so important, no, that students learn about this, no, and also live it out pakonti-konti sa buhay nila as they grow as students, but also as they graduate as well.
Thank you so much, Sir KARLO. kailangan talaga nating i-witness yung knowledge natin, kapatid. So, hindi lang siya mag-stop doon in knowledge, but we need to experience it. Okay, so another concern po, Sir Carlo, is what is the direct relationship between the elections and heroism and becoming a nation of heroes?
Sometimes when we look at our country situation today, it becomes a bit disappointing. No? Baka hindi nga a bit it's quite disappointing at times. No? We end up electing leaders, no, na iniisip natin magseserbisyo sila para sa bayan, no, or they will fight for the common good, and yet we end up having those who just think about their own self-interest. I think there's really a lot of connection to this, no. The elections is always an opportunity for us na, well, one, to hold accountable, no, yung mga tao na hindi nag-perform. For example, this pandemic, marami po talaga nag-struggle, there are many hungry people. Kung hindi po nag-perform yung leaders nila, this is an opportunity, right, for us to actually elect new heroes, new leaders, no, who can take us out of this situation, no, of struggle as well. No? And so, in a sense, this is going to be a very heroic moment for us, no, as people. Do we make the right choice, the truth, no? Do we choose the truth and the right choice to vote for the leaders, not just because magaling sila kumanta, di ba? Magaling silang sumayaw, no, sa stage, but because they genuinely care for the concerns of the people, no? And I think that continues to be a challenge for us, no? Are we malakas na ba yung education system natin? Are we doing stronger values education systems? No, it's actually a big reflection for us, no? Parang we call ourselves a Catholic nation, no? And yet, 'di ba, nagkakaroon tayo ng struggles. Why are we electing leaders, no, who don't seem to have, no, the interest of the country in mind, no? And actually that begs us also, no, to really think about, no, are we creating formation, no, whether as Catholic schools, as the church, no, nagiging effective ba yung nagiging natin, no, plans to form heroes, no, or to form citizens who will vote for the right leaders, no? Maybe just one last point, no, that I wanted to raise as well, no. I think the difficulty today then, when it comes to elections po, no, nagkukulang po tayo ng mga leaders na tumatakbo. Madalas, iniisip natin ang politika madumi, mahirap, no? Even in school, we don't really encourage people to be politicians. Diba? Parang hindi naman yun kultura, no, sa Pilipino na, uy, pwede ka maging politiko, and politics is an opportunity to do good. No? And so maybe when we think about the elections also, baka yung mga alumni po ng mga Catholic schools who've been strongly formed, no, with integrity, baka pwede din silang i-invite to take the heroic act, di ba? To run for politics. Because naniniwala talaga sila na kaya nilang gumawa ng mabuti. No? Ako, I think those are just some of my reflections. No? Kung pinapag-isipan natin, ano yung connection ng eleksyon, no, to forming a nation of heroes? Maybe not just as voters, we need to do that heroic act of voting for the right people, but maybe as citizens, baka kailangan din tumakbo or i-encourage natin tumakbo yung mga magiging bagong bayani, no? Hindi lang pwede hanggang boto lang, no? Baka maganda din na magkaroon din yung choices yung mga tao. Kasi alam mo, sa ibang probinsya, walang choice yung mga tao. Kaya napipilitan sila iboto lang yung political dynasty. Para kung may maayos na Kristiyanong tumakbo, baka sila yung mga bagong bayani din natin na kailangan din nating tingnan din. And maybe, in a sense, that's also an invitation for the Catholic Church, no? To encourage people to enter into politics. The same way that Pope Francis has been encouraging us, no, to be active in politics. Na it is actually a good vocation. It's not dirty, di ba? It's actually an opportunity na pwedeng gumawa talagang ng maayos na pagbabago. Sana nasagot naman yung ano.
Wow, I agree with you, Sir Carlo. I mean, di ba there are students or some lay leaders in our country that are really, they have that gift of leadership, and really I agree with you that we have to encourage them, we have to support them. And even in our schools, in the education system, like encouraging students, young people, young minds to really to lead, but at the same time to take courage and really to be young heroes. And really Catholic education is doing that. Thank
So
you po.
that's true, Sister Happy. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, Sir Carlo. Actually, yun yung kulang natin talaga sa may Catholic schools natin because we expect that most of our students have that assets to become a good politicians. The only thing that we need to do is to push them. May takot lang talaga sila. Okay, yun. Okay, so ayon po sa National Heroes Committee, lahat ay inaasahang mamuhay bilang isang banal at bayani. Paano ito konektado sa pagpili natin ng mga susunod na pinuno ng bansa?
I guess para sa akin it's a good guideline for us kung tinitingnan natin ano ba ang bayani. Pero kami po sa CEAP, gumawa din po kami ng kampanya at binalikan namin yung kwento sa ating Biblia, sa ating pananampalataya, binalikan namin ang kwento ni Jesus. Binalikan namin yung kanyang style of leadership din, So, in a sense, kung secular, pwede natin talaga tingnan from heroes, From our faith lens, At kami po sa CAP yung pinupush namin. Binuo po namin yung konsepto ng vote love, Vote love. Paano bumoto ng mga tao or hanapin natin yung mga liderato na sa tingin natin ipapaglaban yung pagmamahal, Paano etong pagmamahal na to, hindi lang siya yung parang cheesy, Hindi lang siya yung parang nasa drama, Ang magandang pag-usapan natin yung pagmamahal na nakikita natin sa pagprotekta ng dignidad, di ba? Pagprotekta po ng hustisya, Pagprotekta sa buhay ng mga tao, Sa pagprotekta ng kalikasan, Ito po yung kami naniniwala kung sinasabi namin vote love, na ito yung hanapin natin sa mga liderato natin, Ang pagmamahal nila sa bayan, ang pagmamahal nila sa kapwa-tao, Yung pagmamahal na nagbabago ng buhay, That gives more life, that transforms people's situation, Hindi pwede magsabi na mahal kita, di ba? Or mahal ko, sasabihin natin, mahal ko yung mga mahihirap, pero hindi natin binabago din yung sitwasyon nila, yung karanasan na gutom, yung struggles nila, So ako, we are in a period of discernment din, sa CEAP. Ang invitation namin actually sa CEAP community, hanapin natin yung mga leaders na sa tingin natin laganap siguro to bring about a concrete social love in our society. Of course, maraming standards doon. Committed sila sa truth, committed sila sa common good, committed nga sila sa human dignity, committed din sila maging compassionate because this was how Jesus responded as well. That was his leadership style, di ba? He went around, he showed compassion for people, he spoke up for those with no voice, he fought for the people with no voice, he fought for the people who were excluded in society. At yun yung gusto namin ibigay na mukha ng Diyos doon sa ating community ngayon, sa Vote Love campaign. Malalim to, malalim yung iniimbitasyon sa atin bilang mga Katoliko, Kung naniniwala talaga tayo sa pagmamahal ng Diyos, kailangan nakikita din natin to sa pagmamahal sa kapwa-tao. At kaya natin yung ipakita sa pagboto natin ng mga maaayos ng mga leaders, na pinapakita nila they will really make sure that our society reflects the love of God, especially for the ones who've been left behind. So nandun kami ngayon. Hindi pa siya yung parang set na standards. Ito, hindi pa Nandun pa kami sa discernment period. Pag-isipan natin, how do we make sure love is translated in society in very concrete ways. Tapos mamaya na, pag kampanya period na siguro, baka next year, sa mga March, pwede na natin klaruhin. Ito yung mga kailangan hanapin natin ng mga qualities sa mga leaders natin sa darating na eleksyon.
Thank you for that, Sir Carlo. Yes, klaro naman talaga sa atin yung qualities or criteria ng isang politician. Pero as what you have mentioned earlier, minsan sa probinsya talaga parang ang hirap maghanap ng talagang kandidato kasi parang wala nang iba, parang ganun, di ba? That's why the importance of education and how we form also our political leaders, parang naisip ko na ngayon na, oh nga, we don't only form people in the church, but we need to form people in the society really as good leaders. Salamat naman, we have good leaders, but we have also not good leaders. So, follow-up question lang po, Sir Carlo. Bakit po kayo nakakalusot sa pwesto ang mga korap, ayan, mga kalaban, ay hindi makataong mga pinuno, at hindi nakakahalal ng mga pinunong pasok sa kriteria ng isang bayani?
Ako, yung una, pabalikan ko yung magandang punto nyo po, no, Sister Happy, na feel ko konti yung choices ng mga tao. Kung tingnan lang po talaga natin yung statistics sa dynasties pa lang po, no, for example, sa governor ata, parang 70+% ng governor na tumakbo noong 2019 or 2016 election yon, political dynasty po, no, yung nanalo, no. At madami din dito sa lugar na to uncontested, meaning kailangan po nila ng isang boto, no, sila na yung panalo kasi wala silang kalaban, no. And we have to confront that reality. And alam naman natin, sumasana sa mga ilang political dynasties talaga, nasanay yung tinatawag natin na fat dynasties po, no. Yung simultaneous family members sila, tatakbo governor, tatakbo mayor, tatakbo councilor, no. Yun yung tinatawag natin na fat dynasty. Sabay-sabay silang pamilya nandyan ngayon sa posisyon, no. Meron talaga ditong, in a sense, corruption na nangyayari. Hindi pag-aalaga ng bansa, ng lugar nila, locality nila. Parang they're there for the self-interest and to perpetuate their own power. So yun yung una siguro na gusto kong walang choices, no? That's a very strong reality. Yung second po, at malaking challenge po to sa atin ngayon, sa Catholic schools, tayong mga Catholic institutions, yung disinformation. No? Palagi nating sinasabi, iboto natin yung tamang tao. At ito yung mga qualities na kailangan natin hanapin. Pero ang iniisip ko palagi ay, alam ba ng mga tao or may ba sila, do they have enough information to make the right decision, no? And choice, no? Kung for example, si politician X, how much do we really know about this person, no? Ano ba talaga yung kwento niya? Ano yung naging background niya? Anong klaseng tao siya? How did he treat the people around him? He or she, no? Treat the people around him or her, no? Kaya minsan nakakalusot to kasi tayo mismo as an electorate, no? Hindi pa tayo nagmamature, but because to find out the right information, but because there are also villains, no? Yung mga tao talaga na mali talaga yung motivation sa buhay, where they spread fake news, they disinform people towards certain political agenda and ends, no? I think yun, we have to confront that very strongly, no? And I think mas toppled pa to with problems such as, alam naman po natin, ang problema ng kahirapan, ng gutom, no? And ako, usually yung sinasabi nila, alam mo, sometimes the church can become very strong, di ba? To condemn vote buying and selling. We should condemn vote buying, pero yung vote selling kasi, it's a bit more complicated, no, personally. Kasi iniisip ko, kung ikaw gutom, kung ikaw iniisip mo walang ginawa yung politiko mo, no, the past 3 years, minsan desperado na lang yung mga tao para i-accept yung pera na yon. At hindi ko sinasabi na tama po yon. Ang sinasabi ko lang, mas complicated pa yung situations for that. Pero of course, kung i-accept nila yung pera, minsan, meron talagang utang ng loob, no? Binigyan ka ng 5,000 pesos, sabihin mo sa pamilya mo, oy, iboto mo tong kandidato na to, no? And yung complicated pa dyan, meron po ako narinig na kwento, for example, sa isang lugar, yung isang barangay, hindi nila binoto yung kandidato na yon. Alam nyo, pagkatapos ng eleksyon, yung mayor, walang tinulong sa barangay na yon. Kasi yung barangay nila, hindi bumoto para sa incumbent mayor na yon. So may ganun din po na implications nangyayari po sa mga localities, no. Kaya minsan napipilitan talaga yung mga tao, kailangan ko na to iboto, or alam mo yung komunidad na talaga namin magkakaroon ng mga problema. Ang sakit, no, kung pakinggan ko lang yung ganito, no, maraming mga barriers kung bakit hindi makahanap tayo ng mga maayos din leaders, no. And I think kaya nga that's an invitation for the church, no, to be more aggressive sa paglabas ng information, mag-discernment circles tayo. All educational institutions should collaborate to produce materials na pwede talagang gamitin sa grassroots, no? Yung parang short explanations, short videos, yung mga ganun po yung kailangan no? Para lang ma-inform talaga yung citizens na dito tayo, no? Ito yung value system natin. Ito yung impormasyon. Kaya ito yung mga iboto natin ng mga tao din, no? Who think about the common good.
I pick up that word discerning group maybe. Dapat yan Ay naalala ko kasi I was in Indonesia po and I voted from Indonesia. It was at the time na president and senators. I was so enthusiastic to know these senators, pero sa haba ng listahan ng mga candidates, napagod talaga. So, no, I don't have enough time to know these candidates. Kahit nag-text na lang ako sa isang pare na kakilala, Father, ang dami kasi ng mga senators, sino bang iboboto ko dito? Please help me, parang ganon. Pero the importance of this discerning group to know every candidate, and we really need that. So thank you for that, Sir Karlo. And now, ngayon po, our national motto of the Philippines, Makadiyos, Makatao, Makakalikasan, at Makabansa, is set in law. Also our guide in electing our national leaders. So what are the concrete indicators of CEAP to guide the new registrants and especially the voting youth in assessing candidates running for national elections?
Para po sa amin, no? So as I mentioned, yung campaign namin, Vote Love po, no? Of course, connected, marami po dito would be our Christian values, no? Our belief in commitment to the truth, our commitment to compassion, no? Our commitment to the common good, our commitment to the environment po, social justice, human dignity, no? Magiging klaro po to, no? When we talk about in our campaign, when we look at the guidelines, it must be clear na kung siniseryoso po natin yung pananampalataya natin at siniseryoso natin, no, yung panawagan ng pananampalataya sa atin, kailangan, but I think the most important po, no, sa atin talaga, no, as we really figure out kung sino ba talaga yung i-elect natin, it's the truth. And I think yun yung nahihirapan tayo ngayon kasi nga sa daming gulo, daming disinformation, nahihirapan tayo sabihin na ito yung katotohanan, no, tungkol sa mga leaders na to, tungkol sa mga tumatakbo ngayon sa politika, no. And so part of that guide would be that, no, again, it's not the responsibility of the church to tell people na ito yung mga iboto nyo, no? Because in a sense for us, we have to believe, no, in the conscience of people. We have to believe in their capacity for discernment. And so the best thing that we can do, no, as a guide, no, especially for our voters, for young people, is one, to give them the right information, no, yung totoo, no, and to find a way to digest it para lang, tama yung sinasabi niyo, sister, no, ang hirap talaga pagdaanan yung 52 candidates for senators. How am I supposed to, di ba, find out about all of that, diba? But baka we have to find a creative way, at ako, invitation ko dito, engage natin mga kabataan, no, magaling sila gumawa ng mga content tungkol dyan, no. And then the second, more than just providing the information, is that I think we have to strengthen yung sometimes, yet we end up electing some leaders who do not respect life, right? Who will push for the death penalty, who will, for example, mangungurakot sa kaban ng bayan, no? And I think that also sometimes reflects more than yung mga barriers natin. Maybe it also reflects something about our political culture, no? Palagi natin sinasabi, importante yung issues, hindi yung personality. Pero alam mo, kung balikan po natin, bumuboto talaga yung mga tao based on personality. And maybe kailangan din natin mag-reflect as a country about our own political culture. Kasi our leaders, the leaders we reflect, it actually also reflects a certain political culture na binuo na natin, no? Gusto ba natin yung nambabastos? Gusto ba natin yung hindi nagre-respeto sa dignidad ng tao? Hindi ko alam. Iniisip ba yun ng mga ibang Pilipino? So I think that's one of the struggles, no? Again, we're a Catholic nation, but to what extent have we, no, as a nation, embodied, no, the life of our Catholic life, no, or our value system? Maybe kailangan natin balikan yon. Kung sinasabi natin common good, does the common good mean pwede patayin yung iilan for the safety of everyone else? I don't think that should be how common good should be understood, di ba? Kasi common good can exist with the protection of human dignity, every person's dignity. So yung mga ganun po na mga nuancing, I think kailangan yun mas palalimin pa yung pagkakaintindi natin ng value system po natin, no, as Catholics. And ako, it's a huge challenge for us, and I think Catholic educational institutions will also be, at the forefront of engaging young people in conversations about this. No? Difficult conversations po, oo, but necessary conversations if we want a renewal, no?
Yes.
As a country. Yeah.
Yes, really, yung importante talaga yung youth. Like, they know how to get information, and we need that correct, true, right information. So thank you very much, Sir Miguel KARLO Abadines, the Advocacy and Information Management Officer of the Catholic Educational Association of the Philippines, or CEAP, for activating the spirit, how can I say, the values of being Filipinos. So thank you so much, Sir KARLO, for that.
Okay, so for now, Sir Carlos, thank you so much for the information. It's very substantial and very meaningful conversations with you. Hopefully po, sa mga kahabits po natin na nanonood po ngayon, nakikinig po sa may paliwanag po sa atin ni Sir Carlos, hopefully, yung mga hindi pa po nakaparehistro, this is not your time. Ito yung pinakasagradong boto natin na kailangan nating i-practice, seryosohin talaga natin to. So, sabi ni Sir KARLO, more on values. Okay, so yun yung po natin, hahanapin po natin sa mga kandidato po natin. Although wala pa pong final list po sa mga kandidato, but alam pong meron na pong mga inaay po yung mga kahabits natin at mga nakikinig, nanonood po ngayon sa mga kandidato po natin.
So thank you so much, Sir KARLO. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your thoughts, your points, opinions, and views.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir KARLO. Yes, it's nice to listen to Sir KARLO kanina. Really, para sa akin, importante yung sa Catholic education to form good leaders. Pero syempre, we need good leaders when we support, but when also at the same time as educators, as formators, when we see young people with this gift of leadership, these are the people, the young people that we have to form more, to support more, and really also in the church, when we see these leaders who are good leaders, that we can support them to be political leaders because we need good politicians. Di ba, kapatid? Kahabit?
Yes, po yan, kapatid. Kailangan talaga natin itong mga leaders na committed. At alam ko marami tayong assets eh. Marami tayong mga potential leaders po sana nandun po talaga na na-form din ng mga Catholic institutions natin. Ang mga kahabits kasi natin, both women and religious alike, most of these religious are running the schools. And this is a great challenge for us, mga kahabits, na yung na-form po natin ng mga estudyante natin, yun nga po, yung iba sa kanila, nagiging senators na, nagiging most po ng ating mga leaders po came from Catholic institutions.
Yes. Siyempre, we need to support them, but we support them by voting for them. At the same time, how can we vote if we are not registered? So basically, we have to register. So shout out sa mga hindi pa na-rehistro, please go to the COMELEC centers and register to be able to vote. Ayan.
Oo, sa mga hindi pa nagparehistro, magparehistro na po tayo. Ano pang inaantay natin? Next month na lang po yung deadline po ng ating registration. So please, habol po tayo. Ayan po, sana naipaintindi namin sa inyo ang pagboto sa darating na halalan ay isang paraan at panawagan para sa ating lahat upang maging banal at bayani ang ating inang bayan. Inang bayang Pilipinas. Kaya naman, ano pang hinihintay ninyo mga kahabits? Magparehistro na. Magtatapos ang pagrehistro sa Setyembre 30. Habol na po.
Hindi alam kung paano magparehistro? Bisitahin ang ating Facebook at Instagram accounts at facebook.com/amrsp.org at sa instagram.com/amrsp.media. Doon ay makikita ninyo ang ating mga voters registration, education, and instructional photos. So register to vote. At the same time, you can support, you can watch our Pananggohoy at Dalangin, Buhay Kalikasan, Pamumuno Advocacies, at the same time, yung boto mo, boses mo, education. Napaka-importante po yun.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Happy. Again, let us thank Sir Miguel KARLO Abadines for his points, opinions, and views. Mga kahabits, join us again as we explore consecrated life, the church, the world, and the society. This has been your kahabit, Sister Maria Cleofe Tranze, OP of the Dominican Sisters of the Most Holy Rosary of the Philippines.
Thank you very much mga kahabits for joining us on our weekly religious routine. See you again next week. I am your kahabit, Sister Happy Montesilio from the Daughters of Saint Anne, signing off from your weekly inspiration and information companion. We have been
The Habits!